Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Chris. I'm also known as Lunatic Design, and I'm going to be doing some drawing and some coloring for y'all today. Well, as you can see, I already have my map flatted out. I've got several layers over here, and I like to start out here in the background layer, and I use this soft edge pen to start. And yeah, I'm gonna start at 50% opacity and a soft light, and I want to create a shading color, and I'm gonna pick this about middle white here, and I'm gonna create also a highlight color. I'm going to spend a lot more time using the shading color than the highlight color, so I'm going to keep that one selected on my pen. And in general, I shade kind of the bottom right-hand side of most of things. Sometimes that'll change depending on where things are. Hey, Patrick, how's it going? And there. I'm going to do the top side of this one. And yeah, that was all done incorrectly. So I'll back it up to that, back it up, back it up, back it up. Because this should be on normal at 100% opacity. There we go. That's much better. It was looking a little odd. And I like to do it like that because otherwise it makes it a little difficult. In case I miss something. And there. I'm going to do this side this time. Bottom right hand side. Now this is an example of where I would occasionally shadow a different side, you know, when it comes to being close to walls and stuff. I just want to add some depth, some shadow to what's there. And I'm not going to worry about being like really supremely accurate with it. So I don't really shadow towards I don't pay attention to where the lighting is when I'm shadowing my my rubble, because I have no idea where my lighting is just yet. That's one of the last things that I do. And one of the reasons why I don't worry about that is because something you have to keep in mind is that your players are also a source of light, especially if you put these on like Roll20 like I do. Shade that in, make that a little darker. And I'm going to come out here. And I really need to figure out how change and save my palette on Krita. Because this, having to do this every time, is actually getting annoying. Because I'm about to, change my palette, change my layer, so I can fix doing that. And then we just come down here and we just do. Highlight color. There we go. That's better. like the, well, there's a couple different blurs. I mean, there's a like a blur like brush kind of thing, and then there's like an effect that you can use, like in filters. It's called blur, and those can be used for a lot of things. I've used it before, like in maps, to create a second layer and make one seem like it was further away, so I blurred it out a little bit. Let's just come down here and start fixing up the rest of this. A couple pieces of hero rubble. Gotta figure out what I'm gonna do next, because I'm almost done with this map pack. And my official stream is tomorrow. I'm gonna take that and put this underneath. That's better. And I'll probably be done with this pack today, which means I want to have something else to work on for tomorrow. I mean, I could do another Cyberpunk map set, because I kind of like the setting. But I'm probably going to be doing a fantasy game here not too much longer. And if you haven't seen yet, Pathfinder is getting released for Savage Worlds, which I'm pretty excited about. I'm probably gonna back that in not too much longer on Kickstarter. Yeah, I think I got it scheduled for tomorrow. Like, I don't know what my schedule is, honestly. I think I've got it scheduled for tomorrow for like 2:30 or 4 o'clock. Might do it at 4. And and that's all my exterior rubble and schmutz. But rubble's not the only thing that I have in here. There's all kinds of stuff. Alright. So I'm going to come in here with a brush. And I'm going to go with 50% opacity, because I want to kind of color some of these things in. And I'm going to switch to this harsh edge, so I don't have to worry about my edges being different at all. Oh, I don't want to do that one. 50% opacity. Blended mode is normal. And, yeah. And then what I'm going to do is take this last one and give this a little bit of a do. There. Because there's already a lot of brown in there. Make them, they're all the same style of box. So, and I don't want it to be too colorful. So I'll come in here. This color, I think. No, this one. Just kind of. Yeah, that's more like what I want to see. A little bit more muted. And I give the one on top just a second hit of color. How's it going, Mashby? Thank you for joining the stream. I'm going to go back to my 50% opacity. And I'm going to go with this one, that color. Change it over just a little bit for this one. And red barrel. So they're all in that same kind of color family. I like that. Let's see what other things need to be changed. All that rubble out there, it's all going to be about the same. Alright, so let's look at kind of like these keyboard things that I've got down here. Kind of give them just a little bit of a sort of a grayish color. I think. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Leave the rest of those kind of that color. Boom, boom. I change that to this almost. Probably just gonna change that to like almost like one step away from being black. Just to like 25%. And that's better. This is like an office. So I'm gonna come here, grab that, and dial it up because I lost what that was. There we go. It's looking about like the way I want it to. Anything else I need to hit with that? No, it's looking pretty good. Some stuff there, and I'll take care of that in a minute. So this is starting to look pretty good. Which is nothing else I'm missing, so I'm gonna give it a little bit of flush, and let's come down here to my road. All right. I select my my basic shadowing color, and I'll come here and click on my grungy brush, and I'm going to do with 50 right here. Oh, let's go ahead and fix this real quick, because I've been on soft light, and I hit it with about that, I think, for the color for the water. All right. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here with my shadow color and my highlight color. And just kind of give it a nope, wrong layer. Give this kind of a nice little dark patch there. See if there's any other. Yeah, there's a couple other dark patches I want to do. And you know, I could come in here and make sure these are nice and filled in, but I don't really want to. Just want them to be, you know, a couple little dark patches. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bigger with it, and I'm just going to just darken this up. Because this is an edge that's lower than the other. And I'm going to come down here to about 30%. And I'm gonna add some just general kind of like splotchiness here and there. Oop. And in between these areas of like kind of splotchiness, I'm just gonna add some, some highlights. Come in here and kind of highlight and blend this in a little bit. Keeps it from becoming too monotonous. I'm gonna brighten up just here underneath the edge of that one. No, let's leave that alone. I like my water nice and dark. I want to brighten it up over here a little bit. So I'm gonna come here and just kind of make it less saturated and just a hair brighter, just until those details start to pop. All right. And that's my street done. I'm coming here to my handy dandy brush here, pick my shadow color and my highlight color, and I'm gonna go with 50% opacity and soft light. And I'm picking this one because what I want to do. That's wrong. Is that not what I'm doing? I'm on the wrong layer again. And I'm gonna grab this layer, and that's not very bright. So let's go with 100% opacity. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna give this nice, and make sure I'm zoomed out. And there. And all I'm gonna do is grab that and change this to normal. So I don't have to worry about zooming all the way out. I just paint in that color. Why did that not select that color 100%? That's a little weird. Passive 100%. That color. See? It's two different colors for some reason. Huh. Nope. Well, I was gonna just plan it, but for some reason it's not selecting the color on the screen, which is what it's supposed to be. I know. Smart rooms while watching the stream. Nice. Sorry I didn't see that before, but I really like it that that people work on their own stuff while they're watching me. I'm kind of digging that. There we go. I've got a lot of doors to do on this one. Alright, well, let's try it. So we're going to try that again. Go to normal. Fill. There we go. I want something a little beefier than what I've got going on down there. And did it change it at all? Yeah, that changes it. For some reason, that still does it. Alright, we're back here to soft light. I think it's because of the fact that there's a water layer involved down there. Hi, Legio Necros. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Oh yeah, I do a lot of cross hatching. I do sometimes worry that I do too much. There we go. I'm just gonna shade like just the let's say if there's about 25%. I kind of want to create a little It's a little softer, and I need my soft edge brush for this. Ooh, and 25%. And I keep forgetting that when I change brushes, it changes back to the settings that I had before. I'm just gonna come in here, just add a little bit of boop to it. And change that back to about 50%. I'm just gonna give like some shadows and textures and stuff. And I'll do that with my grunge brush. Yeah, I know. It's wonderful. I'm gonna come in here and, just use my fill tool for now. And what I'm doing here is I'm just adding kind of the initial shading to this. Just add some, distinction between different like layers and heights of stuff. So I'm gonna pop that once, pop these twice. Do myself sort of like some general heights. And yeah, I like that a little darker. 1, 2 for that. There we go. There we go. Starting to come in nicely. And there's my phone going off because I always forget to mute my phone until it goes off at least once. Ah, my friend Leanne just released an EP, her first EP. I think that's awesome. There we go. There we go. Just kind of blending things in, seeing what things look like. Alright. And next thing we're going to do is make sure we're on our shadows and highlights and stuff. And I'm going to go with 50% opacity, because I want to make not necessarily gradual changes, but I want to make some small changes. And I'm going to hit like just this bottom edge down in here. I'm going to hit some of the dirt, maybe a little bit more down in there, here. And then come in here and hit some highlights, just like I did with the other one. Now, in here, I'm going to hit this front edge, what this is going to do is this is going to further separate this edge and that edge, which is going to make it look more and more defined and different. And come in here, we add some highlights, and come here and there. Come here and do the same thing. Just come down here, shadows. And if I run over the edges of stuff like I just did there, it's okay. I turn them into paths, which is might be different than vectors. And I do it for the aesthetic reasons. I like the kind of rough smoothness that comes from it. If that makes any sense. And I've been doing that kind of processing on my maps for a little while, so I haven't changed that up yet. I might do that, make a change for that here, and not too much longer. Just a little smaller. Just kind of adding, some texture and color to things. These things like these desks, I am kind of paying attention to where the light is coming from. I'm just shadowing behind the monitors, and I completely forgot to do that one. We're on fill. This is 50%, I think. There we go. That matches up a little better. There we go. I'm gonna go right back to my brush. Soft light, 50%. And you'll do the same kind of things here and there. Another reason I use I turn it into paths is because every now and then I do have to come through and make corrections. to the line art, and when it's rendered into paths, and I use Photoshop to smooth it out because I haven't figured out how to do that yet in Krita. It makes my the lines that I've had to add look more like they were look more like they match. Because if I do it afterwards, there's a like I can tell there's a very distinct difference in the way the lines look. After, if I've, made those corrections after I've scanned them. So by using that processing layer, it smooths them out and makes it makes them match a little bit better. All right. This is anything else that this is? Just that? All right. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill this with make sure I'm on the right layer, and 100% opacity. I don't need that much. 50% opacity. I'm just going to go doot, 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 doot. There we go. And in the other maps, these were smooth half walls. And this one, they're kind of crenulated a little bit. So I've got that change going on with this. That was a deliberate change. Alright, we're gonna come in here. Now I have to determine, alright, so first things first, let's make my glass. So I'm gonna go with 50%, and let's see what this does. Oh, let's might as well fill it. Alright. Normal. Just want to gray it out a little bit. There we go. Just, middle gray. Just gray out the glass a little bit so it's not blasting me in the face. And we're going to come in here and just sort of pick let's go with this one. Brush. I want to use the digital brush and 100% opacity. And let's say we're going to make this one green. Make this one red. Screen there. And I've already got a red light over there, so I'm going to come over here and get into some greens. There we go. And pop this one in here. I'm going to have a sort of a smooth color transition, and then I'm going to jump right over here into like pink. Or purple, because sometimes Krita doesn't register the click. I'll make this one yellow, make it pop just a little bit, and I'll come back in here and just do. Let's leave that one as blue, kind of purplish. I don't want these all to match up, really well. Pop these into yellow. And I really like this one being blue. And make that one yellow. That one kind of a light green. I'm gonna give all of these like a. Oh, there's already. I'm gonna make those chairs. I don't have no idea what I'm gonna make those chair colors, but. There we go. I want these to all be kind of uniform. So I want to do yellow on those screens. That's fine. I'll use that one as blue. And this one, I've already got a purple in there. Let's come in here and do that. And do some yellows. Green. A little. Blues there. And all I'm doing is, you know, I'm deciding what kind of color values I want things to have. And I do try to blend them a little bit so that they're not entirely jarring, but sometimes I just don't care. I'm gonna pop this one. I'm gonna make this one. I'm gonna make that one a little jarring over there. And yeah, that gives me kind of like the. I've got that one over there is blue. Make this one pink or green. I want this one to be pink though. And now I've got my screens taken care of. And next step from here is we just work right up the ladders. So this is these are chairs, and I kind of want to do like I don't want to do like leather like that. For what color to make these chairs. So let's go ahead and de-emphasize them a little bit, and 50%. Let's make these kind of like a blue color. Yeah. These like just a very plain brown, and I don't know why I'm being particular because it doesn't overlap with anything over there. This is and this guy's fancy. He's gonna have a purple chair. Kind of a little bluish purple in here. And these chairs I'm gonna make just kind of all the same. And I like that kind of like bluish color, almost metallic. Fancy people can have fancy chairs. Alright. And you'll notice that I haven't done anything with my flooring yet. That's kind of deliberate. And I want to come here, and we're going to dial this saturation way down. There we go. And just kind of pop it up just a little bit. Because this is a cyberpunk map, and I imagine wood is a very uncommon resource. And I'm going to fill and soft light all the way up to 100%. Go boop, 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 boop. That's a little much of a jump for me. So let's come dial this back just a hair. I think it's got give that a little doot going on in. like that. I'm gonna have to darken some of these up a little bit more than I did. There we go. I like that. That's nice. It's a nice, good separation. And gotta remember how to ban you. Thank you very much. If I wanted to become famous, I would not be drawing maps on Twitch. And yeah, I completely skipped over a step here, so I'm gonna go back because I got, you know, kind of into what I was doing, and we're gonna come here to my shadow color and my highlight color, and about 50%, and we're on soft light already, and I'm just gonna add some, shading to stuff, and follow the edges. Ooh, did not like that one. And so this is my shadow color. Just do it that way. And let's go back to 50% because I'm forgetting what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Boop, boop. X, E's. Boom. Kind of clear that out. And now I've got my my shadow and my highlight color. I'm going to put this on normal at 100%. And there we go. And as usual, I like to shadow the bottom right hand side of things. We're going to come here just a little bit. I'm just going to darken that just a hair. Oh, that's good. And I'm just going to come in here for my shadows. And, ooh, nope. Because these change a lot, and I'm not thinking properly, I'm going to have to do this in a more complicated fashion. Yep. So, 50%. And then X, which is going to be about there. Alright. So, remember that that's the bottom right-hand side. And this is going to have a shadow on it. It's also going to come up here in the bottom right-hand side. Kind of like a highlight in here. Bottom right-hand side. Kind of right there. And I'm not super worried about being 100% accurate with all of this. Just gonna come in here. There we go. Just want to add some, some tonal changes to stuff. Yeah, I'd love to see. I'd love to see what you do. Let's do this one down here. Kind of, yeah, I kind of dig that one. And I'm gonna put the shadow here on that side. That's not a shadow. That's a highlight. I'll put the highlight here on that side because there's a monitor there. Yeah, I know. I might spoil people by trying to work with light. A little highlight there. Just a little bit in the shadow here. And I did forget big important thing with doing all this. I'm gonna come back in here and I can fix that in a second. There we go. And I want to do all of that fix in a second. There we go. Here, let's go with normal. Just kind of fade that in just a little bit, and just kind of give this some like nice little like fade in, just a little bit there. Now, there's one big thing that I forgot to do on all of these chairs, and one is there's a kind of a rule that I use for all of the things that I do as far as levels, and that is the things that are down below are darker than what's in front. And I don't think I did that on any of my chairs, so I'm just going to come in here. Oh, there's actually a really easy way to figure out if I did that. We go to normal, go click, and then we just... Oh, I did already. Make it a little darker. I may have not done it on all of them. I'm just going to come in and, kind of soft light that up. Why does that one come out so dark and that one came out so... Ah, there we go. That's why. And by making it a little darker, we push it further into the background. And I'm fully aware that some of the people who are watching this stream are probably much better artists than I am. And I'm not trying to mansplain things. I'm just like to explain what I'm doing. But I like how it looks. Things just a little darker. I need to do that with that. Those. Those are on the metallic layer, so we're gonna do those again. I'm gonna come in here. I want to try to get this whole thing. There we go. And it's much better now. And you know, one of the things that I've had to did I do this one? I don't think I did this one. If I did, then I'll just do it again. It's okay. I think I did that one. I know I did those. Alright. And there we go. Now I've got all that taken care of. We're going to come in here and soft light. 50%. And because if I just leave them like with this real clean look to them, then what's going to happen is it's just going to look a little odd. So I'm going to come in here, my shadow color and highlight color, and just kind of add just some touch shadows here and there. Nothing real serious. Just a little bit here and there to give it that that texture of the brush that I'm using for most of my map. It's not quite the same brush that I found and not the same watercolor brush that I found and fell in love with in Photoshop. I haven't been able to recreate that one yet. I've kind of fallen in love with like this one and the random shapes that it offers. I'm just, you know, touching it with some contrasting colors just to give it some texture so that they don't look smooth. And looking smooth would probably be really nice, but nothing else looks smooth, so I don't want to have it be jarring like that. And there we go. So now I can move on to the layer that I've already done a little bit with. And I think I've already done some primary shading on that. So all I'm going to do is come down here and add a little bit of doop. Oh, those are all boxes, which I need to go back and do because I didn't do that yet. So constantly forgetting little things here and there. And that's okay. Just add a little touch to stuff. And, you know, here I'm going to think about where that light is on that desk. Just a little bit. Here we go. And we just do. That's all I want to do. Just little doots here and there. Doesn't need to be anything spectacular. Just adding some character. All right. And that's looking pretty good so far. And let's come back here. Let's go back to my metallic layer. Because a couple things that I didn't do. Why am I not on my metallic layer yet? There we are. I didn't do anything with this. And I'm gonna come in here and normal, and I just want to add just the barest like hint of some like rust color in here. Just, you know, just a touch of color, not a lot. And I'll take it out because I didn't like it. I'll color that with light. Alright. What were the other things I'm needing to do? I need to do the background, the floor area, which I'm going to do here in just a minute. And yeah. Because this is carpeted, I need to figure out what colors I want to make this. And I might just duplicate that and have my carpet layer sit on top of this one. so that I don't have to worry about messing things up too much. Alright. Alright, now let's try this approach. I'm going to grab a color in here. I'm going to come in here and then I'm going to gray it out just a little bit to give me a base. And I'm going to mask this out. And, oh, wrong layer. I did not need to do that one. Yep, that's the layer I want to get rid of. Copy of F6. This is my floor layer here. Right. Let's just be bold and destructive. And select that, and I'm gonna come in here, gonna grab this. I'll just have to be careful when I do some coloring, do my coloring and stuff. And I really want this to be more of a just like a white. And I'm gonna go with soft light, about 50%. Just kind of. And 80% hue. That's gonna be the for color of my bathroom tiles. And I'm gonna have the same carpet in here as I do out there. And one of the things you're gonna notice is I'm not a very good interior decorator. I do not match carpet and drapes. I'm not good at that. So I'm gonna grab, let's see, brush. I'm gonna grab, say, that color, and normal, 100%. And this. What kind of color do I want that to be? I just kind of want it to be like more of like a brown. I hate when that happens. I'm just going to do the rest of this here. Kind of a brownish color. Oof. Soft light. It'll work. And I'm just going to take some of the that out. This one. Change this. And dial the saturation up. Let's find I want a bluish color in here. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Dial the saturation back a little bit. Alright, hold on just a second, y'all. I have somebody knocking on my door for some reason. And I'm back. Alright. I kind of like that. And this... I think I'm going to give this like that same kind of blue color that I had. Oh. Brush. Oh. That's going to match. And then we'll do this one since, you know... And there we go. So now I've got sort of my the color of my carpet in place. Now is the real simple part. I'm going to come back here to my brush and make sure I'm on soft light. And I'm going to be at 100% opacity for this for right now. All right, because I'm going to come in here and no, let's just do it this way. No, it's too random for that. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to highlight the thing that I'm going to be doing stuff with. And first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to come in here and there's my shadow color. And there's my highlight color. I'm going to use my highlight color at about 100%. Oh, no, it actually needs to be about 50 for this. I'm going to use my highlight color at about 50%. Maybe get a little touch here and there where it's a little brighter. Because this is higher than that. But it's also lower than that wall. So I'm going to change just a little bit. And I'm going to add some shadows here and there. Alright. And I'm going to come here, invert my selection, so that, you know, when I draw I don't get anything on that. And I just can come in here and I can do my kind of my shadows. And remember, I'm doing this stuff, and I hit my dirt. And remember, you know, these are all the same layer, so I don't want to get too crazy with it. But, you know, I am going to shadow both sides a little bit here and there. Let's see if I can do it. Yeah, there we go. I knew I could do it. I had faith in me. And I like to put, like, it's not really a shadow because I'm not worried about where the light's coming from. It's more of, you know, where does dirt accumulate. And dirt accumulates kind of along walls. And now that I've got that done, I'm going to come in here and, you know, I've got a front edge here. Kind of brighten it up just a little bit. Brighten things up along that front edge. Yeah, that's good. A little bit of a crack, so I'm just going to kind of give a little pop in there. And just kind of come in. I'm going to add just some blending here and there. And then in these areas, add just some highlights. Maybe that's a little dark. A little too dirty with some stuff. And that's looking pretty good. And I'm going to come down here, and I'm at 50% opacity on my soft light. I'm going to give it a little boop right around the bottom step. A little smaller, about halfway up, a little boop, and boop. And that's, kind of what I do to indicate, stairs. And we'll go back up to 100% opacity because I'm going to be doing my walls here. A little smaller with that. And we'll go back to 50%. And remember, this is a front edge, so I'm going to give this a little boot in there. Back to 100%. And, just shading out the walls. Add that schmutz in there. And we're gonna come here. There we go. That's much better. I'm gonna go through and add my shadows first. Kind of get in here and do my walls. Shadows and dirt and wall details. And that's a light that I completely forgot that existed. So let's go take care of that right now. I don't want this to be kind of a yellow color. I'm going to come down here my background layer. And I forgot that was a light. So we're going to go with normal at 100% and just boop. Just bang it in there. There are probably a few of those other things that I've done that I've forgotten. Soft light, 100%. Boop. And floor. Yep. And I want to come in here and I want to do 50% in here. I want this to be more shadow, less dirt. It's still going to have a very similar effect, but this is head honcho's office. Want it a little cleaner. I'm going to dial it right back up to go in here into the dirty bathroom. Everything is going good there. Alright, cool. And now all I'm going to do is just kind of come in and just kind of blend things in, just like I did before. Down there on the floor, just going to add a little bit of shadow around that edge, and kind of brighten it up here and there. A little shadow, a little highlight in here, and just some shading stuff. I want to go a little brighter with that. Remember, half the stairs, and then again. And let's do 25% in here. Just kind of. Oh, 50%. Alright. And that's... I got a little carried away over there. So I'm just going to blend that out. A little carried away over here. Just going to blend this out just a little bit. I'm just using a color that's already there in place, just to blend it out, just a hair. It's got a little too much. Go back to my soft light. And 50%. And my shadow color, which is that. And my highlight color, which is that. I'm just gonna come in here and just kind of boop doo. I know what some of you might be saying, but you got light there, shadow it in the color there. I don't do that. I'm gonna add all of my light all at once in one layer. Go back here to normal. Just kind of, yeah, it's a little too much. Just a little too much here and there. Let's make this 25%. Let's try to fade it in just a little smoother than I'm doing. Now all I'm doing is grabbing just a piece of color that's already there. Using that to just even out the tones. Just here and there. I don't want real smooth transitions. I want it kind of rough looking, because that's kind of like the style that I like and that I do. Alright. So now, like, pretty much the coloring on my map is done. Aside from this, I'm going to go here, brush, digital, 100%. I'm going to come down here and do a 50% gray, because there are some cables and wires in here. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to gray them out. And I'm going to color them in a moment. And let's do red. I'm just going to grab this. And let's do a green. And do a yellow. Let's just do primary colors over here. And that's more of it's more of a purple than a blue. This is more of a blue. There we go. Add some cables up in here. I'm just gonna do. Let's just do red and blue. Red. Blue. And that's just a little bit of something that I kind of enjoy. And now that I think I'm done for like the 4th or 5th time, what am I going to do next? Alright, next step is lights. Alright, so I have to move this, and because I'm going with a 75% opacity over a 50% opacity, and I picked this blue color because that's the one I've been lighting all my maps with, and boom, now I've got a dark scene. And it is located behind the background layer here, because I don't like, it gives me a bit of room to play with. And now I'm going to pick this airbrush that I have. I'm going to go with 50% opacity and just white. And the first thing I'm going to do is we find a spot. There's the light. I'm starting it right on the edge. Go out just some angles and then hit that again. Alright, we're going to hit that again. See, it's creating light. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come here hit that again. Why, you might ask? Because here in the foreground where you can't see is a street light. And that's going to create a reddish cast. I want a light there, then give it a little touch. A light there, just give it a little touch. And all I'm doing is I'm creating white light. I'm not coloring it yet. I'm going to color it here in just a minute. And I didn't do all my screens, so I'm going to have to do a lot of work with that in just a minute. And this is just going to kind of get brightened up there. And there. And then a little touch, little touch, little touch, little touch. And this is going to have like just an overhead light in there. Little touch, little touch. And I'm going to have some light spill out here, and let's go with 25%. Just a little bit of light coming out of that office there. Go back to my 50. This is going to have just a central light there. Little touch, little touch, little touch. It's a very bright light there. Alright, and come here and there we go. Go back to my lighting layer. Grab my lighting pen. It's like a sea of light. Sea of light. And not all of these have to get that extra little touch. But when I'm gonna have a couple of light sources together, I kind of want to do that frequently. Just a little soft, kind of fun indicators. I'll put a light here. Just a couple of lights back in there. An overhead light here. One here in the corner. It's kind of a securities room. It's going to be a little dimly lit. And just a little bit of light right there. Alright. Now the next thing I want to do, because you can't walk while it's green, I'm going to grab that one. Oop. Oh, I don't want to do that. Let's come in here. Just going to kind of give. That's all I'm going to do is just going to grab the color that's near it. And I'm not going to do like that whole lighting, that whole area. I'm just going to do some of it, you know. It's getting a little tighter so I can come in a little finer. Just want to add some colors here and there. That one's a little brighter. Get another color layer in there. I want to do my screens here in just a little bit. I was doing them before, and I think I was messing up the order on coloring them just a hair. There we go. That's nice. Just gonna give a little. And sometimes I grab the wrong color. There. because these are like the primary colors of the screen. And one of the things I like is with this kind of map is just how bright and just nice. Even if you're going with the whole like neon hell kind of space, just having the that light around can be just a really nice feel. All right, and just gonna just a touch of color to these. And a little smaller with it. Just let these things create their own little. Oop, that's not the sea of light. There we go. Create their own little seas of light. And I want to come down here in 25. I'm gonna let this one fade out a lot more than it is doing, because this is kind of a big one. That one should be kind of a big one too. And I just want to add just a bit. Just a little bit of light. And yeah, there we have it. Everything's lit up the way I wanted it to be. I've got my my nice kind of neon glow to everything. It's got some nice colors going on, I think. And that's a finished map. Well, not finished. I still have to add a grid and stuff to it, but I do that in Photoshop because I have figured out how to use Photoshop Actions. And that brings me to about an hour and a half on the stream. So I'm going to head out here. I hope everybody enjoyed watching me. If you enjoy what you see, if you want to help, if you enjoy what you see, what I do, and you want to support that, I almost exited this on accident while trying to grab this. Then you can always feel free to purchase the map on DriveThruRPG. It's going to be pay what you want when it goes up. All my maps are. I also have a Patreon for people who want to offer a continual level of support on what I'm doing. I didn't do my screens yet, so I'm going to go back here and do that here in just a second. But I'm also on Twitter, on Instagram, and things like that, so you can follow me, find out when I am streaming. Do announce it usually on Twitter. I haven't figured out how to. I don't really announce much on Instagram. I just post pictures there. But follow me on Twitter. If you want to see a particular set of maps drawn, send me a message. I'm always open for suggestions. That being said, y'all have fun, be safe, and happy gaming. And since I just accidentally did my outro, I'm going to go ahead and finish up here in just a little bit. But I'm going to go back and kind of false start things just a little bit. I want to do my screens. I want to do them all. I'm going to do them all right now. And all I'm going to do is just come in here and just kind of... no, it's on lights. Nope. Do that in here. Just a little bit of that to it. And what I've been doing is 50%. And using hard light. I'm going to do that. And that. And I'm just going to kind of hit it with some stuff. Because screens have stuff on them. I don't want to kind of give like that look or illusion that there's stuff on the screen without actually having to go and draw the stuff on the screen. Just gonna use some color to indicate that change. And then a little bit of solid white to make it look like a more of a brilliant light source. Just give little flicks here and there. Alright. And I am quite aware that this is that I am a digital artist, and that I could just zoom in super tight and make these crystal clear images. And there's tools I could be using. For it, I could just draw the images and then cut them out and use some of these aspect warp things that you can use. But now it looks like there's, stuff sort of on the screen, stuff like that. And is there anything else I need to be doing in here? I think that's it. I think that, with that false stop, that I've actually finished up my map. So thank you very much for joining me. For the new people who joined me, Mashby and Ligo Necros, thank you for joining me. Patrick, it's wonderful to see you as usual. Feel free to join me at any time. Enjoy the VOD. Y'all have fun. Be safe. Happy gaming.